Collecting Blue Canning jars can be a fun activity. We've displayed ours that we've purchased at yard sales and on websites like Craigslist.org in combination with the clear canning jars that we use every day on this nice shelf that somebody was kind enough to throw in the junk. Now there's a couple of things you should know about your blue canning jar. How much are they worth? Well, it really depends on how much you're willing to pay for them and how much somebody's willing to pay you. The more valuable canning jars are the purple, brown, and lime green ones of years earlier than when the blue canning jar was made. The blue canning jar was made in the late 1890s and was discontinued in 1937. And the color was derived from the minerals in the sand that came off the shores of Lake Michigan and the amount of oxygen that the glassmakers introduced into the furnace during the glassmaking process. If you can get the blue canning jars with the zinc lids, it would be more of a complete package. Now they do remanufacture the zinc lids, but the originals are just as good. Also, to help identify what year that blue canning jar was made in that span, you can tell by the font. Some have underlined, some font is tilted, and some different ways it is written on the jar. Also, on the bottom of each jar, there is a number that indicates the amount of jars that were made during that work shift. The employee would write on the bottom, and at the end of the shift, the employer would pay them for the amount of jars that they made. The rumor that the number 13 jar is rare because moonshiners would disregard and break those jars and not use them during the running of moonshine is simply not true. Though those jars are harder to find, they're not scarce by any means. And you can also use your blue jar as decorative, as we have when we put our Unity sand in it during our wedding.